there, booktubing world, it's Olivia here from Olivia's Catastrophe, and today I've got my October book haul. Of course, these are books I bought in September/October because for some reason I always do my book hauls middle of the month, so yeah. Now actually since September, where I had this massive book haul, I haven't actually bought that many books. I'm actually really happy about that. I've been trying to cut down on the amount of books I have because I'm quickly realising that it's pretty ridiculous, and my aim is that by the end of 2016 to not have a physical to be read pile. As I have over 100 books in my physical to be read pile, that means I'll be reading basically only my to be read pile, which won't be possible with review copies, so I already know that it's going to be quite a challenge and I'm not sure if I'm going to complete it, but setting that goal. My challenge begins right now. Since this video I've dedicated myself to reach the bottom of my to be read pile, which means you'll be seeing so many reviews, as many as I can get out to you because I'll be reading like crazy. And that means I don't buy too many books. I've been trying to implement a book ban, and I decided not to implement one completely, but to just cut down on the amount of books that I buy. So this month I've got only 4 books to show you, so it's going to be a very short haul, and I only bought one of them, which is jolly good in my opinion. As well as that, I've got some other cool things to show you, so let's start, and I'll save the books for last because, you know, save the best for last. First thing I've got to show you is this ultra cool tote bag that I bought myself, and it's this bag. It says eat, sleep, read, repeat, and of course I love it. I love it. I took it to the cinema once and I was just so happy carrying a book bag because it was like book nerdiness for everybody to see. Moving on, one day I went to the post office to mail off some giveaway wins, and congrats to those people who won some of my giveaways on my blog. I basically popped into the drugstore, you know, just one of those kind of shops, and I bought myself some nail polish, because if you know me and you watch some other videos on my channel, you notice that a nail art tutorial always pops up every now and again, and if you follow my blog there's a couple of those too, because I really like nail art. It's something I'm very much into. So I got some nail polish, and I decided to go for nail polish that I don't usually buy, and that was the New York colours. So I got 2 bottles of nail polish in this collection because I just wanted to try it out. And do these have titles? I got number 600, which is the nice yellow, and it's called New York Taxi. So I got New York Taxi yellow, and I also got New York collection number 365. That's how many days there are in a year. And it's called Velvet Chick. So 2 new bottles of nail polish. You might see them pop up in nail art videos very soon as I use them to help me make my designs. I also got 2 DVDs this month, and they're movies that I've never seen before but I've wanted to see. And the first one is Insurgent. My parents bought my little sister a brand new laptop because she needed one for school, and while they were in the shop this was right by the counter and I was like, Mum and Daddy please, and they actually treated me to it. I'm forward to seeing Insurgent, so I'll be all prepared for when the first part of Allegiant comes out in the movies. The second movie is The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, and I've just heard some really good things about this movie. I basically have no idea what this one is about. I have zilch understanding of what's going to happen in this movie, but I've just heard so many good things, so I thought it would be worthwhile me picking it up and trying it out. And it only cost me €2, I think, because it was in a shop where everything's super cheap, because they're not the latest releases anymore. On to the books, which you've all been waiting for, and what you probably clicked on this YouTube video to see. So I've got 4 books for you, and I'll leave the one that I bought for the last, and I'll start with some review copies. The first book I've got to show is one I was sent by the author for review, and it's called Taking Leaps and Finding Ghosts by Jeanette Dilly. And it's basically about this older woman who's a bit old in age, and she is just somebody who never believes it's too late to go and follow your dreams. So she starts this club called the Ideal Life Club, which she's wanted to start for quite a while. And it's basically a collection of all sorts of people. We've got some elderly people, some teenagers, some children, and some adults. And they're all together in this club, but things start happening which points towards there being ghosts involved. So it sounds like it could be a bit of a creepy read with some ghosts in there, and I'm just interested to see where this book will take me. I know I'll be reviewing it on my blog this month for sure, because I put it down as I will review it for sure this month in my schedule. I don't know when my video review will be out, but I'll definitely be making one as well, so you'll be seeing more of this book in the future. And the author's really lovely. And I don't know how she knows or if she realises that she's done this, but my favourite kind of tea is Earl Grey tea. And I love Earl Grey tea. I'll drink it every day, 3 times a day, whatever. I love it. It's the best kind of tea there is. But she sent me this black Earl Grey tea packet with it. And it's hand-picked black tea, delicately blended with real oil of bergamot from Calabria, Italy, and it's also fair trade. So it sounds like that's going to be a jolly good cup of tea. Like seriously, I know I'm excited for this book, but I'd be more excited to try out this tea, which is a bit weird. The book that I got for review this month was The Dragon of the Month Club by Ian Reading. Now, I actually was a bit doubting myself when I said I was going to review this one. I was offered it, and I've actually got another one of this author's books that I need to read. But this one is a middle grade book. It's more so geared for younger teenagers or children. So I don't really read much middle grade. I've only read a few middle grade books, and I'm very particular when I choose them, and I basically know that I'm going to like them. So I've liked all the middle grade I've read so far, but it's only like a once in a blue moon that I read a middle grade book. So I decided I would give this one a shot because it is about dragons and fantasy, and I like dragons and fantasy, so why not? This follows 2 children, they're 2 best friends, and every single month a new dragon casting summoning kind of spell is revealed to them in their club. So every month these 2 boys get together and they work hard to summon the latest dragon of the month. And next month there'll be a different type of dragon, maybe an air one, a water one. But one day the conjuring of this dragon goes wrong and they get sucked into a fantasy world which only really exists inside books. So they get sucked into this world, and it just sounds like it could be a very interesting book. I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see how middle grade does. Maybe it'll open my mind to reading more middle grade books. Not entirely sure, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it could take me. This is one that I wanted to give away, and it's Retaliation by TJ Coulter, I think. So I actually entered this one at a giveaway. I'm not sure which blog I entered it on anymore, but I won it, and I was very happy to receive it. Look at this beautiful cover. Yes, look at it. Doesn't it draw you in? It drew me in. So what happened is 30 years ago, the USA was torn apart, and every single time you turn 16, like every time you turn 16, you have to go to a ceremony, kind of like in Divergent, where it is determined which class you'll be put into. So it's like upper class, middle class, lower class, I'm guessing. It doesn't specify which classes there are. So you'll find out which class you fall into, and the one who is running all of this and this torn apart America is called Caesar. But suddenly Caesar dies, and his son, Justice, has taken over. Justice has different rules. To him, keeping order throughout America is just a game. It's not necessary, and he's playing. And Clara is somebody who's in the upper class section, but because of this sudden change, a brutal murder happens that takes away her fiancé, and you know what she wants? Revenge. She goes through a total retaliation at the system. So it just sounds like it's going to be such a thrilling read, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I just can't wait to read it, so looking forward to that. The last book is one that I bought myself when I went to the shop to buy my tote bag because I just had to buy a book. And that one is Shadow and Bone by Leah Bardugo. So I've heard tons and tons and tons of things about this series, about how much people love it, about how much people enjoy it. So I was like, I need to hurry up and read this. It's been on my to be read for a while, so I thought if I get a copy I'll actually start reading it. And it just sounds so interesting. It's set in the Grishaverse, which I've heard she has a new book released that's set in the same universe but is about a totally different storyline. But anyway, back to this one. It's set in the Grishaverse, and what happens is Alina is an orphan who discovers the magical powers which lead her towards the elite class, the Grisha. And as well as that, there is a Darkling who Alina has attraction to, but is apparently evil, so she's trying to fight that. But there's also the question of Mal, who is Alina's best friend. What is going to happen with him? So it just sounds like the world building could be really good in this one, and it could just set up so much for the series, because I know this one is a trilogy. I'm looking forward to reading all the books eventually, but of course you must always start with the first one. So that's all there really is for this book haul, and there's not too many books in it, but I'm looking forward to the ones that I did get, and I'm really hoping I can actually cut down on that to be read pile. I am so committed, and I'm so working on this. Like, this is serious, you guys. This is serious. So I'll be seeing you next week with another video. I did promise last week that I was going to try and finish a book that I wanted to review, which was like the end of a trilogy. I didn't get around to it. This week has been hectic to the max, but I'm getting on top of my reading and I'll be reviewing that book next week for sure. Like, comment, share if you enjoyed this, subscribe if you want to, and of course let me know in the comment section below what new books have you attained recently. See you next week with another video. Goodbye! Zero, zilch, ninka. What does ninka even mean?